Hi, Geeks. My name is Selena Fantastic, and we are here at the Carle Honors. Come on over here. We've got a very hungry caterpillar. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Well, hello. And how are you? Hello. Are you enjoying yourself today? Did you eat a pear today, or was it the strawberries? Ah, yeah, the strawberries. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll keep you guys posted throughout the night, but yeah, stay tuned. Hello, Geeks. I am Selena Fantastic, and we are here with the Hudsons. Please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
I'm Wade Hudson, and I'm president of Just Us Books. I'm also a writer.
My name is Cheryl Willis Hudson, and I'm the editorial director of Just Us Books.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming tonight, and thank you for taking the time to interview with me. I'm going to ask you a few questions. All righty. So, how do you feel about being here this evening?
Oh, this is a wonderful experience. It's delightful. We're thrilled, actually, to be honored by the Eric Carle because they are such an institution that's contributed so much to the appreciation of children's literature and pictures in particular.
And it's just so wonderful to be among so many great friends in the industry that we've gotten to know over the years. So we've been publishing books for 34 years. Actually, our 34th year starts October. And so a lot of the people who are here have been a part of our journey. So it's great to celebrate this honor with them.
Oh, wow, congratulations. That's wonderful, wonderful. I love to see it. Okay, let's see. What is one children's book you loved as a kid?
Oh, that's a hard one. I didn't have a lot of children's books at home when I was a child, but I had a book, a ballerina book, and I can't even remember the author of it, but I loved ballet and I wanted to be a dancer, so that stayed with me for a long time.
Well, the book that really, I think, inspired me and motivated me in terms of writing and even considering publishing, I did not get access to that book until I was in college. But it's Black Boy by Richard Wright. And that book opened up a whole another world for me. I saw myself in the book because it's his memoir as a little boy growing up in Mississippi. I grew up in a small town in Louisiana, so I identified with his story. And also just to see black folks in books I had never seen before, like that way, presented that way. And so I would say that book was the one that really motivated me and inspired me and opened up a whole nother world for me. Yeah.
That is amazing, beautiful. Alrighty, let me see. So what are some benefits of having diverse children's stories in high-income and low-income communities?
Diverse books should be everywhere because they are diverse. We have so many different kinds of children. We have children who are in poor income areas, children who have had libraries, have their own personal libraries. So it's good to see the humanity of all of the children that are represented in the United States, whether we're Native American or we're indigenous, whether we're black people, whether we're white people. It's just wonderful to see children being children, and that's what's important about having diversity in the schools as well as in libraries.
Yeah, I think one of the major problems that we have in this country and perhaps around the world is that most people know very little about people whose lives are different from their own, their culture may be different from their own, and books are windows to exploring and learning more about people who are different than ourselves. And I think through books, we can sort of work our way through the weeds, of differences and see the common humanity that's there for all of us, that we all part of one humankind. So I think books are so important. Like now you have this push to ban books, and that's really just so awful because many of the kids who really need to see these books that are being banned won't have the opportunity because they need to learn more about what the real history of this country is, or what the real experiences of people of color, would be they, Native American, or Black American, or whatever, because most of us live in secluded little neighborhoods with people who look like us, and we need to really change that dynamic. And I think books help to do that.
Absolutely. They open people's, perspectives to the world around them, 1,000%. Alrighty. So, if you could go anywhere on Earth and bring any book to read to children, where would you go, and what would you read?
If I could go anywhere on Earth, that's a hard question to answer, but I'm going to mention a book that I loved, and that's Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters, and it's a story that takes place in Zimbabwe, or the culture of Zimbabwe. So it's going back to Africa, the continent where all of us began. So I think that's a wonderful story, and it builds on a specific culture, but it's a universal story.
At first I was going to say it's difficult to choose one book, but as I'm thinking about this whole banned book movement, I think what I would do is select 1619 and sit down with a group of these folks who are pushing to ban books and read that book and discuss it with them.
That's good. Yeah. I'm scared of you.
If they would be willing to sit down and discuss it.
That's
yeah, because I think, again, if they know so little and they don't want to know more, so they close off and they box themselves in. And once you box yourself in, you don't want anybody else infringing on that little space that you confine yourself in. So the challenge is to get people to open up and just listen,
Because knowledge is power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Alrighty. So what is one children's book you think everyone should have in their own personal collection?
There's so many. I'm going to pass on that question.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that one either.
Alrighty. All right. No
There are so
worries.
many. I mean, there's so many wonderful writers, and particularly over the last 10, 15 years, since the industry has opened up a little bit more. I mean, there's so many wonderful stories and just great writers, great illustrators who've given the opportunity to be published, and they're producing great books.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time with me and all Ages of Geek family. We're here at the Carle Honors in New York City. We'll see you guys soon.